Hi, my name is Mandy and today we're gonna do like my biggest unboxing ever. A little background for this. Day after Christmas, Book Outlet had a sale. It was if you spent a certain amount of money, you get a certain amount off. I think it started at if you spent $35, you got $10 off. Then it bumped up to $50, you got $15 off. $75, you got $25 off, and if you spent $100, you got $40 off. I was not planning on making a Book Outlet order. I saw that sale and thought, oh, that sounds fun, but I'll be fine. But then my in-laws, they don't send presents for Christmas, they just send money. And unfortunately, a lot of times I'm an adult and the money has to go towards non-fun things. So I was planning on using the money to buy a new pair of tennis shoes. And it turns out I found those tennis shoes for a lot cheaper than I thought. And I had like 40 extra bucks that I could spend. And I was just going to buy some books on Amazon, but then I found that some of those books were on Book Outlet for cheaper and figured I would do it. So initially I was planning on doing the spend $50, get 15% off. And then I realized that I had a $10 off coupon built up from rewards through Book Outlet. And I was planning to spend, $40 on books. But if I went ahead and did the buy $100, say $40, with my $10 off coupon, I would only be paying $10 more for like $50 more worth of books. Like, this box is so hard, I had trouble hauling it up the stairs to our second floor condo. Especially since I had a little toddler begging me to carry her up the stairs the whole way. It's so big, it's so heavy. I think it weighs like 3 times as much as my toddler. So here we are, and here you are for this giant unboxing. Like, I don't even know what was in this box. I think I'm going to adjust the camera so you can kind of see the box. Let's see if that works. Camera angle is adjusted. And I don't know where to start with this. Well, I guess I'll start with this one. We have Only a Breath Apart by Katie McGrary. This is one that I read a couple months ago and really enjoyed. It's a contemporary YA romance about 2 kids who grew up together, but then they grew apart, and they come together as teenagers and deal with a lot of tough issues. It was so good. So good. I don't even know where to put these. This box is so big, it's taking up all my desk space. Then looks like we've got Fireworks by Katie Cantugno. I read another book by Katie Cantugno earlier this year and was not impressed, but this one was literally 99 cents. So, I mean, it wasn't the writing style that I wasn't a fan of. I was actually a fan of the writing style, but it was the character I didn't like, so maybe this time her characters will be better. Something about friends wanting to be singers. I don't know. So who knows, maybe this one's going to surprise me. I hope it does. Then we've got Sight Witch by Susan Dennard. I believe this one is a prequel of sorts to the Truth Witch series. I read the first book in the Truth Witch series just a couple weeks ago, and I figured that I would give their other books a try because I did enjoy the book series. Then we have A Map of Days by Ransom Riggs. This is the 4th book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. I don't know when I'm going to read these. I read the first book in this series a few years ago, and I really enjoyed it. It was such a good series, but not all the books are out yet, so I don't want to get into it until they're out. But I figure that I can accumulate them as they go, at least when they're cheap. Then we have The Yellow Brick War by Danielle Page. This is the 3rd book in the Dorothy Must Die series. I didn't come into that series with a whole lot of expectations, but I just finished reading the first book. I haven't done a wrap up on it or anything, but I'll just tell you that I did really enjoy it. So we've got book number 3 ready after I read book number 2. And then we've got the Just One trilogy all in one convenient package. I mentioned the first book. I have a copy of the first book, Just One Day, and I mentioned it in my unread books video, and I actually just kind of unhauled it. But this one was like $2 and it had all 3 of the books, and one of the things that was holding me back from reading it is because I didn't have access to the other books, so now I do. This thing is fat. Then we've got The Accident Season by Moira Fowley Doyle. This is about a family who is accident prone. Every October they call it their accident season, and that's all I know. Then we have Ice Like Fire by Sarah Rosh. I don't know if this one's the third or the second book in this series, but it is one of the books in this series. It's on my list of series I want to give a try this year, and I probably should have just waited until I found out if I liked the first one or not, but here we are. And then we've got Top 10 by Katie Contugno. You've already heard what my thoughts are on her, but it was also like 99 cents, so I'm giving her another try. Hopefully it will be worth it. What to Say Next by Julie Buxbaum. I read another book by her, Tell Me Three Things, earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to give another book by her a try. Alex and Eliza, a love story by Melissa De La Cruz. This is a YA retelling of Alexander Hamilton's relationship with his wife, Eliza. I read this a while ago and I enjoyed it. Well, I don't know if I want to read the other two books because I do know the full history of what happened between Alexander Hamilton and his wife. Okay, then we've got Saints and Misfits by S.K. Alley. I don't know anything about this one, but I have seen S.K. Alley on BookTube, or books by her on BookTube, and I figured I would check this out. From what I know, S.K. Alley is Muslim, and she writes books about Muslim characters, which I am excited to read more about because I definitely would like some better representation on that. Then we've got Shuffle Repeat by Jen Klein. All I know about this book is it was $1, like 50, and it looks like a Casey West book, so I'm expecting cute contemporary. Fingers crossed. And speaking of Casey West books, we've got Love, Life, and the List by Casey West. I've already read this one, but it was cute, and I would like to own all the Casey West books at some point. Just working on it. And then we've got My Unscripted Life. Also, it was like $1. I mean, based on the title alone, I'm going to assume that it's got something to do with the movie star. I don't know if I will actually enjoy it, but $1. That's like the mantra of my book outlet video. Dollar, 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 dollar books. Then we've got Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. I read this one last year and enjoyed it. It's by a girl who moves in with her dad for the summer. She has a pen pal relationship with a kid who lives in her dad's town, and she doesn't tell him that she lives or that she moved there for the summer, and then she meets a guy who she can't stand, but maybe she will learn good things about him. I mean, it's YA romance. Of course she's going to learn good things about him. Okay, next. Flame in the Mist by Renee Ahdieh? I honestly have no idea how to try pronouncing that last name. I have not read anything by her or anything like that, but there's a book by her, The Wrath and the Dawn, that's been on my TBR. And while they didn't have that one at Book Outlet, they had this one, and I figured I would check her out. The box is like half empty now. Okay, well I did go ahead and get some books for Evie. Those ones have popped up now, so I will share those. We have Click Clack Boo by Doreen Cronin. I obviously will probably not be reading this to her until Halloween, but she really enjoys the Click Clack books, and my husband and I enjoy reading them to her as well. And also for Evie, we have Everything is Mama by Jimmy Fallon. And finally, we have Silly Lullabies by Sandra Boynton. Anyone out there who has toddlers like me, or even young babies, these books, Sandra Boynton books, are great for young children. They are fun, but also just the right amount of words on a page to keep a toddler from getting distracted and losing interest. Okay, all done with hers. Let's get back to me. Then we've got Blood Witch by Susan Leonard, which is the third book in the Truth Witch series. I thought that it was the last one in the series, but I just found out that there are going to be more coming out. Then we've got A Shuddy in Scarlet by Brittany Cavallero. This series is a modern retelling of Sherlock Holmes. It's gender swapped with Charlotte Holmes, and You've got Charlotte and Jamie Watson, and they are both descendants of the original Sherlock and Watson. They have to come together to solve mysteries. Then we have The Distance from Me to You by Marina Gesner. Okay, so this is about a girl who decides to skip out on her freshman year of college and hike the Appalachian Trail. She decides to do it by herself, and then she runs into a guy and they do it together. I mainly was interested in this one because it reminds me of my little brother. My little brother is an awesome free spirit, and he is currently biking from Alaska to Argentina. It's called the Pan American Highway, and he's in Peru now, at least last that I heard. So the whole idea of just doing something like that by yourself really just reminds me of my little brother, and thought that I would check that out. Then we've got A Week of Mondays by Jessica Brody. Don't know anything about this, but I have read a book by Jessica Brody and enjoyed it. Also, it was $1. Okay, this next one is for my husband. I mean, most of these books are for me, but I can be a little not selfish and get things for other people every once in a while. What I got for him was Dragon Watch, Wrath of the Dragon King by Brandon Mull. This is a spin-off series from Fablehaven, and my husband really likes Fablehaven. He has the first book in this Dragon Watch series, but not the second. And I believe this one is the second. Then we've got Wanderlost by Jed Malone. This one is a contemporary romance, YA romance. I saw Haley in Bookland recommend this in a recent video about her favorite YA contemporaries. Since I'm always looking for new contemporaries, I think this was the only one on her list that I hadn't read yet. So what I know is you've got a girl who gets a summer job in Europe giving tours to old people. It sounds really cute and adorable, and travel novel, yay! Then we've got Just Like the Movies by Kelly Fiore. This is a book in, I guess it's the If Only series. I think they're just a bunch of contemporary romances published by different people that are supposed to be cute or something. I have another book from this series that I don't really remember much about, but it was cute-ish. This one actually has been on Book Outlet for a while. Maybe that should tell me something about it, but I still haven't given up. And I usually will see it, and it was like $1.50, and I would think, oh, I'm gonna put that into my cart. But then it always got kicked out when I made the cuts to try to get it down to an appropriate price. And since I had a lot more freedom with my book choices this time, I figured I would keep this one in this time and actually check it out. I think it's about a girl who wishes her life could be like the movies, or her romances could be like in the movies, and she makes a plan to make that happen. And then we've got Hearts Made for Breaking by Jen Klein. We've got a girl who doesn't let guys get close, and she's the queen of breakups, and life changes. Okay, this next one, I don't know how this one wasn't cut from the list, because when I made this Book Outlet order, I was actually reading it from Kindle Unlimited, but I have a copy now, and that is Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett. This is about a girl who ends up on this backpacking trip with her ex-best friend slash former crush slash there's a lot of issues going on between them, and it's just the two of them and adorableness. I mean, I enjoyed the book, so I guess maybe someday I'll want to reread it again, and now I've got a copy. There are 4 left. We've got Frost-Like Night by Sarah Rash. This Rosh something, I don't know if this is the second or third book, but I got them both. And then Dangerous Lies by Becca Fitzpatrick. This is a YA thriller novel. I have read another thriller novel by Becca Fitzpatrick and I didn't like it, but it was 99 cents. I am a sucker for the 99-cent books. Book Outlet just is probably made just to be my downfall. And then, whoa, this one's big. The Devil's Thief by Lisa Maxwell. This is the second book in the Last Magician series. Haven't read it yet, but I do own the first one. Probably shouldn't have, but I did. I mean, I think this one was like $4, and this is a pretty hefty hardback. That's a good deal. And finally, oh, this one I'm excited about. More Than We Can Tell by Brigitte Kemmerer. I read this one last month and enjoyed it so much. I am a really big fan of Brigitte Kemmerer's contemporaries now. It's a disappointment to me that she only has 3 out. This one is about a boy named Rev who was abused by his father and then adopted by his foster parents later in life. His father has started contacting him again. At the same time, you have a girl named Emma who she's a gamer, but she also designs games, but she is getting harassed on one of her platforms, and cute stuff, cute things. This is a companion novel to Letters of the Lost, and the Letters to the Lost book took place with Rev's best friend, and I really wanted to see more Rev in that book, so I definitely enjoyed getting a book all about him. The box is empty! Oh, so many books. You see how high this pile of books is? I've got like 3 other stacks just like it. No, 4. There are 4 stacks. We're done. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if my shelves can handle this many new books. I'll let you know. If you like what you saw, feel free to click subscribe. You can also follow me on my social media, which I will link down below. I hope you're having an awesome bookish day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!